What we're talking about in the next couple of videos is how to break free of this craving cycle. We've got this demented idea within our dietary culture that fighting these daily cravings, carb cravings, sugar cravings, cravings for chocolate, things like that, fighting this stuff on a regular basis is supposedly this show of strength and willpower and all this stuff. It's not that at all. What it means is your diet is crap. Because a healthy diet is meant to remove stress, remove cravings. Yeah, once in a while it's normal to be like, I really feel like pizza tonight. But when it's an ongoing thing and you constantly find yourself cravings and then binging and so on, that's a bad diet. So it goes in a cycle like this, okay? First, you have this idea that you should get rid of a food or a nutrient to some degree in your diet, be it carbs, sugar, processed foods, non-organic, meat, grains, flour, whatever. There. Now, when we first do this, we've read a diet book, or our friend has lost all this weight on some sort of a diet or whatever, and we were like, oh, this is something that I should try. We try it, we get rid of the food, and usually it's kicked off with some sort of relief, some sort of reward. Initially, things are good. We lose weight, our energy level goes up, we feel great, maybe our acne goes away a little bit, whatever, which actually gets this whole cycle kicked on to the next step. If we tried it and nothing good happened, then you might say, oh, damn it, it didn't work, but believe me, you're better off for it in the long run. But anyway, we have stress and relief and rewards and all these good things happen. But the thing is, remember, homeostasis is the underlying information with every diet and exercise program in the world. No matter what you're doing, no matter what you're abstaining from, no matter what your diet looks like, you're not training your body to be leaner and stronger and stuff. You're training your body how to get back to homeostasis with that diet. So what ends up happening is this is finite. So you can only have good things happen for you for so long. You're only going to lose so much weight. You're only going to get so much good stuff. However, just human nature, when we tell ourselves we can't have something, stress starts to result. We feel like, oh, and you hear this all the time. This is what I like to refer to as the honeymoon stage, where the kind of, if you see this as almost as virus, it spreads during this stage. People are like, oh, this is the best thing in the world. I've lost all this weight. I feel all this great. And the best part is you don't even really know it's gone. That's what you always hear from people. I don't really miss it at all. I don't miss the meat. I don't miss the grains, whatever. But the thing is, this is not a permanent scenario. This is always temporary. It might happen, it might break in a few days, it might break in a few weeks, maybe even a few months, but it does break. So when this is going on, stress starts piling up. And this is the problem we have here. While relief and rewards and everything, this is finite, stress is always infinite. Okay? No matter what you do, no matter how strong you are, the universe will always test you stronger, test you under more stress than you can possibly handle. When the stress builds up too much, what ends up happening? Eventually you give in. You've abstained from bread, and pretty soon you go and you buy a loaf of French bread over at the local bakery and you polish the whole thing off in an hour or something, or you don't eat any sweets, and then before you know it, you've eaten an entire half-gallon of ice cream or whatever. You give in. Now, here's the interesting thing. You've had this stress building up, you've had relief, that's short-term. Now, what ends up happening is because you give in, the two flip. Once again, you have a reward and a relief by giving in. You have satisfaction. The food tastes really good. It feels really good. If you ever notice, if you're ever binging or something, the first initial moments of that binge, you feel really good. Your energy level goes up. The stress plummets. So you're back to here. The only thing is, again, reward is finite, stress is infinite. So you start to feel, you eat so much that you start to feel crappy, you start to feel like you've lost control, you start to feel like you're not getting anything out of it again. Then you step back and you're like, oh, look at all this that I ate, I feel like crap, I swear I've gained weight, even though you probably haven't, and all this bad stuff. So you have this feeling of a loss of control. What does that mean? Oh, I need to go back to getting rid of that food or whatever in my diet once again, and the whole cycle keeps going. But this can accelerate. Usually it does. The first couple of times this happens, a lot of times, is people will experience it and a cycle will last a couple of months. Then the cycle will happen every 3 to 4 weeks. Then it'll be every week. Then every few days. And speaking from experience, because I've done this before, there was a point where this cycle was going through multiple times a day. I was binging and purging and feeling this cycle going off and on multiple times in a single day. So in the second video, I'm going to tell you how I escaped from this cycle, and you never have to deal with this ever again. Be fit, live free.